It's yourself again. Right, hang on one sec. Meditation's coming. Just let me make sure I'm all in the right place, wherever that is. Oh, okay, looking very in the right place in Instagram. Just let me see how Facebook's going. Looking good. Beautiful, I think. One sec. Yep, good, great. How are you? Good, I hope. I hope the day is going great. It's all right if it's not, though. Every day can't be great, can it? Well, even if it could, it's not. Sometimes it's not great at all. So either way, I hope it's going well for you. Right, time for a bit of meditation. I meditate throughout the day. This is just the one I do on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. It's part of the further emergence work I do, which I will explain about after the meditation. It's not a class, it's just a chance. This is just a chance to meditate together. So if you are an experienced meditator, that's brilliant. If you could just hang on for a minute while I explain what I do, just for the benefit of people who are new to meditation. Because in these current times, there's a lot more people coming to meditation, looking inside, and there's a sense of embarrassment that they should, you should just know how to do it. I'm basing that on people quietly, messaging me going, what do you actually do, So there's lots of different styles of meditation. This is just what I do. For me, it starts with why I would meditate. I'm trying to connect with the part of myself that I connect to every night when I go asleep. Not the dreaming bit, the bit after dreaming. So I'm going along and I'm dreaming, and then I drop out the bottom of dreaming into deep dreamless sleep, where I have no thoughts. I've got no memory of being there. I've got no body. I've got no stories, got no house, no country. I even cease. I haven't even got me. I sort of cease to exist. Certainly in the way that I normally register my existence. Which, when I say it like that, it sounds terrible. That sounds like death. Yet I love going to sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, I feel refreshed. So some part of me knows that that place I go to is a good place, and that's the place I want to connect to when I meditate. I just want to do it I just want to connect to it consciously. So if you're new to meditation, like I can't pronounce your name, Ochoa, sorry, it's just saying they're new to meditation. Yeah, so if you're new to meditation, don't do this lying down, because if you lie down and you are new to meditation, your body will just go, well, I'm lying down and my eyes are closed, it's sleep time. So you'll either fall asleep or you'll battle sleep, both of which are not really in the direction we want to go. So yeah, sit up. You don't have to sit in the lotus position or anything like that. I'm just sitting in a chair. If you sit in a chair, make sure it's not a super comfy chair, or you'll just fall asleep. But yeah, it doesn't have to be in any special, unless you're comfortable in the lotus position, in which case, great. Now, as I say, my mind can't get there, so I need to figure out a way to sort of part the curtains of my mind to get to this place that I'm intending to go to. So what I do is I just make an arrangement with my mind where I say, could you just not think for the next 15 minutes? And my mind is quite okay with that at this stage. Used to be a bit more resistance back in, many years ago, but now it's like, yeah, okay, done loads of meditation, so I know the drill, so that's fine. Then to stop thinking is relatively easy, because regardless of what the content of my thoughts, the structure of my thought is always pictures and sound. So if I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, that's it, I'm not thinking. And as soon as I do that, I'm into the practice of meditation. Now, the practice of meditation runs parallel with my intention of meditation. So my intention is to go to this deep, mysterious, calm, beautiful, Zen-like, all the words that you read about meditation. My intention is to go to that place. And then the practice of meditation starts as soon as I stop thinking. So as soon as I turn off the pictures and I turn off the sound, a little bit of time will pass and I'll discover that I'm thinking again. So I to go, oh, I'm thinking. I turn off the pictures, I turn off the sound, so I stop thinking again. Then a little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking again. So I go, oh, I'm thinking again. So I stop thinking, I turn off the pictures, I turn off the sound. Then a little bit of time passes and I discover that I'm thinking again. I go, oh, I'm thinking again. Turn off the pictures, turn off the sound, and so on. Just repeatedly, every time I discover that I'm thinking, bringing myself back to not thinking. Now, I highlight that because there's a misconception people can get about meditation that, you know, you shouldn't be thinking for the whole time. That if your mind is like a lake, there shouldn't be a ripple. And like I've had people say things to me like, no, I tried meditation. No, not for me, not my thing. I've got a very busy mind. I was just thinking for the whole time. And again, that just comes from that misconception, because it's a kind of a dance. It kind of goes back and forth. Sometimes you're very deep and still and peaceful and calm and beautiful and everything's great. And then other times you're thinking and you're not even aware you're thinking. And then you're like, oh, I'm thinking. And both are powerful. When you're in that deep, powerful, still, calm place, that's very powerful. And then when you discover that you're thinking, as soon as you discover you're thinking, a great thing happens, because if you're like me, you'll be thinking about things that are personal to you. You'll be thinking about, what am I going to do about that bill, or why did that person say that to me, or whatever. As soon as you're meditating and you go, oh, I'm thinking, so you just turn off the pictures and turn off the sound, you're indirectly saying to yourself, you see that thought that you had there an instant ago that you thought was you and you were very involved in, you just made that disappear. So you're not that thought. In fact, you're not any of your thoughts. You're something else. You're something different. That's very powerful. And then the fact that you do that repeatedly is very powerful. So thinking is not a big deal really in meditation, because every time you discover that you're thinking and you stop thinking, and you bring yourself back to not thinking, that's very powerful. So if you feel like you're thinking a lot in this meditation, don't worry about it. Don't add to your thinking by thinking that you're not doing so good, because I'm telling you, you're doing fine. Some days you think more than others. It's all part of it. The main thing is just whenever you discover you're thinking, just bring yourself back to not thinking. Now, while all that's going on, I'm also letting go of tension in my body, and I use my out-breath to do that, because it's natural to just, let it go with the out-breath. But it's also a good way to remember to breathe, because it's quite easy to hold your breath or stop breathing during meditation. So using the out-breath to let the tension go is a good way to bring a bit of more consciousness to your breathing. As I'm scanning my body up and down, did I mention I have a system? I don't think I did. So I have a system. I scan my body up and down, and anywhere I find tension, I let it go. And as I'm scanning my body up and down, I'm paying particular attention to any structures that go across my body. Mostly my body runs longitudinally, but anywhere the structures go across my body, it has a tendency to accumulate tension. It's a bit like a log going across a stream, it picks up all the leaves and the twigs and the branches, except in my body it's tension. So I pay particular attention to my eyes, my jaw, my tongue, base of my neck, my shoulder girdle, all my joints, they're all transverse as well, shoulders, elbows, wrists, fingers, my heart area, my respiratory diaphragm, all my intestines, my pelvic floor, my hips, my knees, my ankles and my toes. If you're just starting meditation, a nice quiet room where you're not going to be disturbed, that's really helpful, because as soon as you close your eyes, your hearing will amplify, and one of the things that triggers thoughts is little noises, so the quieter the room, the better. And then I set a timer for how long I'm going to meditate for, and that's again just to help my mind. It's just one less thing for my mind to think about. I'm going to set my timer for 15 minutes, but if you're new, I'd encourage you to set yours for 5 minutes and then just repeat that 3 times. Because 15 minutes is a long time if you're not used to it, and you can work up to it over time, the more meditation you do. Now, let me have a quick check if there are any questions or anything. No. Okay. Off we go into the mystery. Okay, if you feel like you've gone very deeply inside yourself and you need a bit of time to come back from there, then take that time and before you open your eyes. Or if you feel like you can hold the inner space and the outer space at the same time, then just open your eyes. And if you lose it when you open your eyes, if you lose the inner space, that's fine. Just close your eyes again and reconnect with it. It's just still there. And then open your eyes again, and you can go back and forth until you have equalized it and you feel like you can hold both. So as I said, that's part of the further emergence work that I do. Further emergence is to do with growth, inner growth specifically. Your body stops growing when you're an adult, but you keep growing on the inside. And just in the same way that when you were a kid, you went through growth spurts in your body, you can have growth spurts on the inside where that inner growth can accelerate. There's a lot of it going on at the moment, a lot of inner growth, a lot of introspection. And it can be a bit disorienting and a bit difficult and, unnerving. So, like, people have described it to me as like they wake up and they just don't really fit their lives anymore, or their lives don't fit them anymore. They feel out of place in their life, out of place with everybody they know, and the sort of things that are on their mind or the things they're seeing. Everybody around them doesn't seem to think the same way anymore. They did yesterday, but not today, kind of thing. Or some of the people I work with are having pretty intense physical symptoms that are as a result of it. And the nature of those is often has a feeling of their life feels like it's been put on pause. So these meditations are part of it. I also do I have a Zoom group every Friday, and that's to help with, it can feel quite isolating when you're going through further emergence, where you can feel like you're the only, no one really understands what's happening. So it's nice to kind of connect with other people and go, oh, okay, I'm not on my own. And there are other people going through the same kind of thing. So that's with the Zoom groups. And then I work with people one-to-one. So yeah, if that sort of resonates with you, then you can follow along, keep up with the different Further Emergence channels on Facebook, YouTube and Instagram, or you can go to the website furtheremergence.com, where there's more to read about. Okay, so thanks for meditating with me, and see you tomorrow for some more meditation. All right, bye.